3636. That's froyofranchising.com, promo code 3636.
From the KFNX WeatherBug Weather Center. For this morning, a clear sky to be sunny through the day today with a high of 96. Mainly clear tonight, low 72. For Columbus Day, we'll see plenty of sunshine, high 94. Sunny skies Tuesday and Wednesday, high each day, again 94. I'm meteorologist Jim Manali from the KFNX WeatherBug Weather Center.
Currently in downtown Phoenix, it's 76 degrees.
Next news in 30 minutes or when it breaks. Here on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
If you own a business, any business where customers spend more than 5 minutes at a time, you need Wi-Fi. Personalized Wi-Fi that takes them to your network. Wi-Fi that connects them to your personalized landing page with your ad and your promotions that lets them connect through social media. You need Saguaro Hotspot. Call 602-618-6626. Saguaro Hotspot, 602-618-6626. Make Wi-Fi pay. 602-618-6626.
Would you like to expand your business? I'm Francis Battaglia, president of Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX. KFNX is one of the most cost-effective and powerful ways to get your message out, reach potential customers, and grow your business. Advertise for only $10 per 30-second spot on top shows like Laura Ingraham and Michael Savage. Call me at 602-277-1100, extension 1463. 602-277-1100, extension 1463.
The Del Walmsley Show, weekdays at 2 p.m.
You need to stop being dependent on a paycheck. All of these self-help motivational people, they wind you up like a little clock. Click, click, click. And then they'll let you go.
The Del Walmsley Show, weekdays at 2 p.m.
For adult political commentary, double your kilohertz. Then move up to Independent Talk 1100 KFNX and join me, JD, for the Article 5 Hour, Sunday at 8 p.m.
Live from Phoenix. This is the Entrepreneurs in Fuego with Added Sparks radio show, the #1 multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs in Arizona. And now, here's your host, Francisco Javier.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurs in Fuego with Added Sparks radio show. We're the #1 multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs in Arizona. With me, I have the most intelligent, gorgeous, and talented co-hostess, or is it co-host?
Co-host.
Co-host.
With an accent.
Andale. This side of Central, Elisa Lane, founder of the Ellen Sparks Agency, Event Planning, Marketing, and Public Relations. My name is Francisco Javier, your host, CEO, and founder of the Office Pile. I'm in 2015, one of the top co-working communities in the world. And this show, check this out, Elisa Lane. You're going to die when you hear this. We got the sponsors are just kind of lining up here at 3rd Street and Palm Lane. Oh, by the way, Josh, the engineer, your address, the address that comes up on Google, sends people to Tucson, I think. Sends people to all the way to, I don't know, it's downtown. Is that where you were? Oh, you were in the convention center or somewhere?
I was in the convention center.
All right. It sends people everywhere except here. But in the meantime, this show is being brought to you in part by Locomotive Marketing, smart marketing on smartphones, the top foundation, advancing education and entrepreneurship for women, minorities, and veterans. Sandrena Benz, the leader in luxury car, private client service, and Mercedes-Benz. And get ready for this, Elisa Lane. I've been working all weekend while you're drinking all weekend, while you're going to party with people and everything else, while you're doing your...
Yeah, I call that work.
Wait a minute. Yeah, so your so-called events, all right? I am out there hustling, getting sponsors. And you know who we landed this week? The Whale. The Whale.
Are you talking about Sandrena? Man, she gave me the best tour of Mercedes-Benz in Scottsdale. Woo!
Oh, all right. Before we hear that, because I'm dying to hear that, we have Infusionsoft, who is Infusionsoft. Here's where you react surprised. Now, there you go. Remember, this is radio. People are not seeing you. You know, we're hearing the gasp. Nice. Building better connections with leads and customer sales and marketing automation software built exclusively for small business success. We've got, man, this Sunday. Oh, by the way, thank you for not bringing the donuts. On this menu, on the menu on Sunday, we're going to meet. You ready for? You're going to gasp again. Remember this: the 2 best car salespeople in the world. Now, do you folks? Do we call you salespeople, salesperson, salesman, saleswoman? What do you prefer?
I call myself a private client advisor.
Spoken like a true salesperson.
Wow.
And you?
That's hard to top.
What do you call yourself?
I mean, it's customer relations, and we do more than just sell a car. I think we acquire a friend, and a friend for life.
All right, we're going to talk all about that. Stop laughing, for crying out loud. These are the 2 best salespeople in the world. All right, and we're going to find out their tricks. I mean, and please hide your wallets, because these are the 2 best salespeople in the world. Believe me, when I leave here, I'm driving something other than what I'm driving there that is parked in the parking lot. We also are going to have Brian Wood, certified professional coach and NBA player representative with Week 10 with lessons from Mars. He is in studio.
Who's looking pretty sharp today, I have to admit, for 6 o'clock in the morning. I thought he was coming from a fundraiser.
Anytime you put a suit on a 6'5" man, I'm telling you right now, he's going to look real sharp, particularly on a Sunday morning. 6 o'clock in the morning, he is looking incredibly sharp. We're going to be talking about...
I like the new dress code.
Are you
speechless right there?
Well, I was going to do the gasp thing, but that would have been the wrong reaction. Now, are you implying that I should wear a suit or something different?
I would never imply anything. No, I didn't say it.
Are you drinking this morning at all? I mean, did you bring your magic drink?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, water.
That was not what you was drinking last week.
It had water.
All right. Later we'll be discussing, does what your drive matter? And can having your dream car make you happier? Now, don't answer. Don't answer just yet, because those are the topics that we're going to be discussing. We have with us, like I said, again, here in studio, we have the 2 best car salespeople, car salesmen and woman, car sales representative in the world. Not in Phoenix, not in Maricopa County, not in Arizona, not in the United States, in the world. And if you're not listening to the show right now, tuning in and just listening to what these 2 folks have to say, you are missing out. All right. Now, at the bottom of the show, check this out, Elisa Lane. I know that you've been waiting all week for this. Are you there? I mean, stop drinking for a second. Put the drink down and listen to the show.
I'm here.
Participate.
I'm here.
Gasp. All right.
Yeah. I'm in suspense. Come on, give it to me.
That's what... Anyway, at the bottom of the show, we have reality radio. Somebody that smokes used this microphone, man. I'm telling you right now. I have all kinds of smoke right here. All right. At the bottom of the show, we have...
She's drinking, he's smoking.
This show is out of control. Reality radio with Jennifer Graffice, who brought my dad, actually it's her dad, from Q-Life. This morning I woke in and she introduces her dad as, "Hi, this is my dad." "Good morning, my dad. Do you have a name?" All right. So, Q-Life, transforming people, right? We're going to talk with Jennifer Graffice. This is the second week. She's got a special guest today, Jessica Pierce, who was selected out over 80 applicants to be part of an incredible transformational project, of which we'll hear a little bit later on. But, as promised, with us we have this morning, and I'm going to let ladies go first, Sandrena Benz with Mercedes-Benz, and we have Steve Gaines, my brother from another mother, and, of course, my sister from another mister, but my brother from another mother, Steve Gaines. Steve, you are also a self-described... What is your name? You said, don't call me Steve Gaines anymore. Call me Dr. Dunn Deal.
Yeah, I kind of adopted that title because we have a cure for everybody's credit needs. So we thought that Dr. Dunn Deal would be appropriate, that we have the opportunity, with so many lenders that we use. I'm the owner of Certified Clean Cars. We're a big used car operation down off of Cave Creek here in Phoenix, Arizona, and we have the opportunity to work with thousands of people that might have credit situations or challenges that need a doctor in that arena and give them a cure for their credit needs. And that's just what we do. We take great care of customers' credit needs, and we find them financing so they could find and enjoy the car of their dreams.
Sandrena, you are perhaps at the other end or the spectrum, if you will, of what the Dr. Dunn Deal is doing, because you deal with private luxury, private clients at the Mercedes-Benz dealership over at, what is it? Camelback and Scottsdale Road.
Scottsdale and Camelback, that is correct.
Tell me what makes you distinct, what makes you the best of the best.
To start off, there's not too many female salespeople in the luxury car industry or in the car industry.
Why is that?
It's a good question. I think it's the long hours.
I mean, no offense, Dr. Dunn Deal, but, if I were to go to a car dealership and if I'm confronted with this lovely lady right here, who, by the way, I mean, you're so beautiful. And Sunday mornings have this incredible effect on people, including Lisa Lane.
Well,
people just look at, we have that added spark. We have that added spark in our guests.
Well, the added spark is actually driving around in circles trying to find the place.
Exactly.
It does take
Get
you
that,
to the
Josh?
convention center. I stopped off at the Sheraton, the convention center.
Exactly. We're going to fix that. But, all right, so what makes you the best? There are not that many women out there in the car sales business.
Well, when I got into the business, as I mentioned before, I said I'll do everything that other people don't. So pretty much I sell from my heart. I don't say what you want to hear. I'll basically say what it is. Almost like Trump, he gets in trouble all the time because he just blurts it out there. But just being original and just being true to the client and mainly listening to the client and finding out exactly what they would like.
And you have some upcoming events coming up, so you make it pretty fun to actually be a part of your community.
Yes, I actually have, once a year I have a private client party for all my clients saying thank you, and it's a client appreciation party, stating that there is a difference working with me, and this is my way of saying thank you to all my previous clients, and one gets to know each other. And then the upcoming events, I'm a busy little bee. I've got what have I got, Elisa?
You've got something with Dream Cars. Dream Cars of Arizona is probably the one I'm looking for.
She's so excited. She's got this many events. She's thrilled. She's thrilled. She's got an audience. She's one of the best salespeople in the world.
It's eye candy.
Exactly. Are you talking about eye candy when you're looking at me? Is that what you meant?
No, I was actually talking about Instagram and their page. But you too, you're included in there. We'll add you in when you get in the car.
Actually,
wear your bow tie. Yeah,
we'll put him in a suit so he looks as good as Brian.
You went to her dealership and you were prancing around, and what was that?
I was prancing around, looking at the almost Christmas colors of these beautiful Jeeps on the lot. This red that just is amazing, and the green was...
The G-Wagon?
It's hard to pick,
Yes, we had the tomato red G-Wagon, and we had one in chrome. We had one wrapped in a red chrome. We have a bright green, a brilliant blue. So we have some fun colors for the G-Wagon.
This is the difference. Correct. See, your dealership is on the east side, right? Right?
I would say yes.
Yeah. And that's why when you refer to the color tomato, you call it tomato. But if you were on the west side, we would say, that's a tomato.
I think that's English versus American. It's a tomato to me.
Dr. Dunn Deal. All right. Are dealerships now, do you see a future for dealers? I know that, look, there's so much competition with internet buying and everything else, right? I mean, right now you wake up in the morning at any time, actually, and you can buy a car right off of the website.
That's correct.
How are you dealing with that? Because do you see your existence threatened, if you will? Let's say the next 10 years. Are you still going to exist? Is there still going to be a need for Dr. Dunn Deal?
Well, yeah, because, the internet makes it easier for people to view inventory that's all over the country. However, it still takes that human element to assist the customer and find financing, and that takes that just takes human manpower, you might say.
Are you dealing primarily with kind of a secondary market, mostly gently used, slightly?
Well, we deal with every type of vehicle from from the lower price range, $3,000 to you name it, $30,000, $80,000 cars. I mean, we're used cars. Used cars today is it's not like it used to be where you drive from store to store and you look at the small inventory that somebody might have on the lot. Today, you come in, instead of looking at 30, 40 cars on the lot, you could actually go in, sit down, look at a screen and go through and view thousands of vehicles all over the country. In fact, all over the world, we have the opportunity to invite somebody in, sit down, what do you want? Kind of like the old days, we say, well, we're not a used car factory, but we can be a used car factory today because we got the ability to be able to go in there and search for whatever kind of car somebody wants. If they want a Highline Mercedes-Benz, if they want a $3,000 car to get back and forth to church, then we can find that.
Do you work with a lot of new drivers coming out of school? Is that something that's big right now for you? Because I'm sure with credit, it's a question mark.
Well, why we're so in high demand is because a lot of the new car dealers today, they just deal with the people that seem to go and gravitate more to the new car dealer are the ones that are more credit worthy, and they have these bigger banks, what we call the A bank, that supplies a conventional loan. And so a lot of people that have some credit challenges, they don't have the opportunity to go through those types of banks. So people like me, Dr. Dunn Deal has the opportunity to find a lender and make sure that we find a lender that's going to fit their portfolio, you might say. So no matter what their situation is, and a lot of times, people have ups and downs like we all do. And so some good people have some bad credit, and we deal with that, and we specialize in that.
When I hear these ads that say everybody qualifies, is that true, or is that just a come on?
Well, I mean, not everybody's going to qualify. Obviously, if you don't have a job, it's difficult to make a payment. So,
right.
The lender looks more today where they used to look at, okay, what is your credit history? How have you paid somebody? What makes you worthy for a loan today? It's not so much that today as much as it is, okay, do you have a good job? Do you make the right amount of income? Do you have the ability to make the payment now? And so if you could prove that you have the ability to make the payment now, they will, in most cases, loan you the money for the car of your dreams. Now, there's other qualifying factors, obviously, but the main thing that they look for is making sure that your payment is a % of your income. So if it fits that parameter, then I could place a loan for you and get you a car of your dreams. And literally, it doesn't need to be a car on my lot. I sell most of my cars off the internet, the World Wide Web, as we call it, www. It's the internet, and we've got worldwide reach, and we have worldwide banks. And so it's a whole different world today because, you're not limited on your reach and your abilities.
In studio, we have Dr. Dunn Deal, Steve Gaines, and Sandrena Benz, two of the leading and world-renowned top salespeople in the world, not just here in Maricopa County. Sandrena, about 30% of the new financing comes from leasing. Is that something that you find in your own world, and in the Mercedes-Benz and the higher price vehicles?
In the Mercedes-Benz world, I would say approximately 78 to 80% would lease a car these days.
Really?
Absolutely.
That's high?
That is a high number. But that's what we have seen for quite a few years.
Why is it usually 2 years, or?
Generally, it's 36 months. But with Mercedes-Benz, we stagger, so it could be a 27-month term.
Do you find that your clients just like that newer feeling? And
absolutely, changing out of the car every 2 to 3 years. And then also the cars that we sell, start from about $35,000 and go up to about $500,000.
So, Dr. Dunn Deal, somebody that is coming off of a lease, a car that presumably has low miles, right? Because the leases kind of limits you to about 11,000 miles per year, 12,000 miles a year, maybe 15,000 miles a year?
You can go up to 20,000 miles per year.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right. So any car that is coming off of a lease, is that a good deal, perhaps, to look into?
Yeah, that's a very good piece of merchandise. And the people that lease these cars. I mean, it's just a smart way to get the most vehicle for the least amount of payment. Mm-hmm. So in those high lines, most people do lease, and it makes good sense. And yes, they come off that lease, and so they're 27, 36 month old vehicle. So they're relatively new, and most people put 12, 15,000 miles a year. So you find a vehicle that's in most cases under 36, 42,000 miles. So it makes a real nice quality pre-owned vehicle. And today, what makes those cars so nice that if they go through the appropriate, we call it a safety mechanical inspection, and it fits the manufacturer's guidelines to become a certified pre-owned vehicle, then they're going to have the same types of benefits buying a used car as they do on a new car today, because the factory warranty will extend on these used cars.
We're here with Elisa Lane, Steve Gaines, Sandrena Benz. We have a room full of people. We're amongst friends. I want you to, Sandrena and Steve, to tell me right now, what is the one secret that the public should know, or something that we should be aware when we walk into a dealership or where we call somebody when we go buy a vehicle? What is that we should be aware of? What is the one thing that the public really is not too aware of that we should know? Sandrena.
I think the public is actually not aware of what the salesperson actually makes. I have clients coming in and saying, well, you're going to make $10,000 just selling me this car.
And they start bargaining down the price.
And they start bargaining, but there's no $10,000 profit in the car. And, of course, even if there was $10,000 profit in the car, they've done their homework. They've gone through the Internet. They know the cost of the car. They know the MSRP. They know if there's any rebates on the car. But one thing that I think the public does not know and has never looked into is actually how much the car salesperson makes.
Interesting. Which
most of the time it's $250, which is a flat when I sell a Mercedes-Benz.
Wow. Dr. Dunn Deal?
I think that the two biggest fears, if that's what you're asking, that a customer might think of when they go to buy a new or used car is, okay, am I going to find the right car? Number one, is it going to fit my needs? And how do I make sure that if I'm buying a used car, is it a safe? Is it a solid, good used car? Has it been in an accident? Does it have any problems? So there's some fear there. And then, of course, am I going to get the right deal? Am I going to make the right, purchase and pay the right price and get the right payment? So those are probably the biggest fears that people have. But what will ease that fear is that there are things like Carfax today, right, for used cars. And, of course, new car manufacturers have manufacturer rebates, or not rebates, but warranties that protect the car up to, 10-year, 100,000 miles today. So there's long-lasting warranties, and the same thing for used cars. But making sure that car is a good used car, there's a thing called Carfax that every vehicle has today that, that's where you see the Carfax ask for the Carfax and make sure that it's a good car, because it'll tell you if it's been in an accident, if it's a salvage title, if it's been in a flood, if there's a lot of things that will tell you about that used car that you always want to ask that dealer, no matter who you buy from, let me see the Carfax. Make sure you get you're getting a good car.
Sandrena, you have 1 minute. Sell Elisa Lane a car. Go ahead. This is your chance, right there.
Good morning,
Boom.
Elisa.
Done.
No, that's Dr. Dunn Deal.
Yeah. She's actually doing a
Sandrena, I can't say no to her.
Yeah, she's driving off in the yellow GTS, which is about what, 192,000.
She knows me.
192,000 miles, or is that?
No, that's the dollar amount.
That's the sticker.
What?
Wait.
That's the dollar amount.
Did you catch what she said though? She hit my button.
What was that button?
Yellow color.
Yes, we got to have color.
That's what I go in on.
I've been trying to hit that button there for a long time, so now I know. Dr. Dunn Deal, sell me a car.
Well, people think that when you deal with customers that you're selling something, you're selling a car, and it's not the car you're selling. I mean, what are
you selling? I'm going to be driving that. I'm going to drive 4 tires, a piece of metal. I'm going to drive it.
What people buy when it comes to selling. What people buy is the person. So I'm going to sell me. I'm going to let you know that, hey, I'm going to take care of you now and for the rest of your life. I'm going to be there. I'm going to listen to your needs. I'm going to be there to take care of what it is that you want. And then I'm going to find out what your driving habits are. What do you need the car for? You and your situation. You want a sporty car. You want something that's going to be a nice ride, something that's going to handle and have some power, some speed, something that's going to get you good gas mileage. I'm going to find these things out, but more importantly, I'm gonna make a friend, and we're gonna gain a rapport, and we're gonna have a relationship that's gonna last forever.
That's the key, the relationship.
I am waiting for any one of these two fine individuals to ask me, how much can you afford per month?
That's not a question.
That is
that's
not a question.
the first. Listen, that's the first question.
No,
Whenever I've come to buy an automobile,
I'm going to bet they will make it work.
Yeah,
number is not a question.
Especially when it comes to like a Maybach. You're putting $10,000 down, and your lease payment is about $5,800 a month. So price point ranges from one individual to another.
Bring your piggy bank, Francisco. Bring it.
Jesus. All right. Well, we've had here in the studio the privilege of having the two best salespeople in the world, Sandrena Benz with Mercedes-Benz in Scottsdale, South Scottsdale, on Scottsdale Road, and Camelback, and of course, my brother from another mother, Steve Gaines. Man, Dr. Dunn Deal. I'll tell you what, if I have to, next time I think about buying another vehicle, changing vehicles, I will talk to either one of these two fine individuals.
CertifiedCleanCars.com.
CertifiedCleanCars.com and
Mercedes-Benz of Scottsdale.
On
Sandrena Benz.
Beautiful thing. On the other side, we're going to have the man from Mars. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX, Cave Creek, Phoenix, a division of Premier Radio Stations, the home of the Savage Nation.
A 26-year-old man is in custody at a shooting in Palm Springs, California, Saturday that left police officers dead and wounded. A tearful Chief Brian Reyes.
All three officers were transported to local hospital. Two of the three officers are deceased.
The chief says the officers were responding to a report of a domestic dispute and were calmly talking with a man when he suddenly pulled out a gun and shot them. The second presidential debate goes on tonight after Donald Trump's refusal to drop out of the race. Trump supporter Rudy Giuliani this morning on ABC.
Both of them are flawed individuals. We know that. And the question is, let's get down to issues now, and maybe we shouldn't be talking about that other stuff.
The now former Hurricane Matthew is pummeling eastern North Carolina with heavy wind and rain. Fayetteville got 14 inches of rain. Wilmington on the coast, 18. 7 people have died in the state. I'm Christopher Cruz.
From the KFNX WeatherBug Weather Center. For this morning, a clear sky to be sunny through the day today with a high of 96. Mainly clear tonight, low 72. For Columbus Day, we'll see plenty of sunshine, high 94. Sunny skies Tuesday and Wednesday, high each day, again 94. I'm meteorologist Jim Minaldi from the KFNX WeatherBug Weather Center.
Currently, in downtown Phoenix, it's 80 degrees.
Next news in 30 minutes or when it breaks. Here on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
If you own a business, any business where customers spend more than 5 minutes at a time, you need Wi-Fi. Personalized Wi-Fi that takes them to your network. Wi-Fi that connects them to your personalized landing page with your ad and your promotions that lets them connect through social media. You need Saguaro Hotspot. Call 602-618-6626. Saguaro Hotspot, 602-618-6626. Make Wi-Fi pay. 602-618-6626.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-643-6931 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-643-6931 to take your call now. Call 1-800-643-6931. That's 1-800-643-6931. Again, 1-800-643-6931.
Has your job been sent overseas? Are you underpaid and cannot support your family? Arizona at Work stands up for working class Americans. Arizona at Work talks about the issues that impact all of us who work for a living. Be a part of Arizona at Work every Thursday at 11 a.m. Get informed about the latest news and legislation that affects your workplace. Join us for a discussion of the economy and the politics of working in Arizona and across the USA. Arizona at Work, Thursdays at 11 a.m.
The Savage Nation, afternoons at 5 p.m.
I don't want to hear the word Trump or Hillary for 24 hours, please. When is this world ever going to come back to me?
Monday through Friday, Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
Automotive Know-How brought to you by AutoRepairArizona.com.
A new year, a new time. We are now on at 4 every Monday afternoon.
Tune into Automotive Know-How with Fred and Dave. We are here to help you with your automotive needs.
And remember, we take your calls.
Mondays at 4.
I love that song. Welcome back to the Entrepreneurs en Fuego with Added Sparks radio show. We're the number one multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs in Arizona. You know why we're the number one?
Because we drive fast.
Listen, Elaine, I'm trying to conduct a very serious show over here for entrepreneurs.
Wait, am I on the right show?
Yeah.
This is with Added Sparks,
This
right?
is with Added Sparks.
I know it's 6:30 in the morning, but...
You know why we are? Let me ask that again. You know why we are the number one?
Why?
Because there is no number two. All right. Now, here we have, again, an incredible man, an incredible surprise, an incredible guest.
You're talking about the sharp dresser, right?
I'm talking about the sharp dresser.
The sharp dresser today,
and
dude.
Where's this man from, Elisa Lane?
Mars!
This is the man from Mars. Absolutely. This is the most excited I have seen, and I've heard Elisa Lane in a long time. Mars!
I'm glad. You know the saying, though. I have to say this. You know,
yes.
How do you compare lingerie on a woman? It's a suit on a man.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Same thing.
So I'm taking you like a very well-dressed man.
Absolutely.
Do
you like a lady in lingerie? All right, let's just move on.
Let me really think. I mean, that's a very hard question. Of course I do. Now, Brian Wood, certified professional coach and NBA player rep. How you doing, my man?
Doing great. Good morning. I have to tell you, I'm going to wear a suit every single day now for the rest of my life.
Good job.
So appreciate all the attention. Appreciate being here.
Anytime.
Good morning. You guys are the best.
I tell you, man, I am jealous because I wish I get this attention.
Don't be jelly. Come on.
And you know who joined us right now? We have Brian Wood from Mars, and of course we have in the upcoming segment coming up here very shortly, Jennifer Graffice from Q-Life. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning. Good morning, guys.
All right. So we're going to be inspired here in a minute. This is week 10, right?
Week 10.
This is week 10.
Time flies.
Time flies. And, you know, this is a one-take thing. We don't have any second takes on this thing. You know that.
There's a lot of pressure. I mean, there are millions, if not billions, of listeners.
Billions.
So there's a lot of pressure. I do understand that.
You know why there's billions of listeners?
The extra sparks?
Yeah, well, that contributes like around 3%.
This is why he comes every week.
And I see how the compliment thing goes on and goes a long way. No, because we're the number one multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs in Arizona.
And we drive fast.
And we drive fast. And by the way, we're going to talk about that here coming up. Does what you drive matter? We're going to talk about that here in a little.
Ryan might know.
We're not going to get the answer from him because I tell you what, we're going to get lesson from Mars. We're going to get week 10 and lessons from Mars. And this is, by the way, this is videotape live, so you can catch him on the Entrepreneurs en Fuego.
I like how you multitask.
It's very impressive.
You have no idea. You have absolutely no idea. I am Mr. Multitasking. Please, next time. Like Dr. Dunn Deal that we just saw a little bit earlier, and then Sandrena Benz, they multitask. They sell you anything in the world. By the way, my wallet is missing.
My money's on Sandrena, man. She's awesome.
I think I'm going to have to buy half a car with Sandrena and half a car with Dr. Dunn Deal.
There you go.
All right. Here we go. We have week 10, Lessons from Mars.
So I'm walking down the street, and I see a snake. It's actually a stick, but it looks like a snake, so I think it's a snake. At that point, my body goes through a physiological change. My heart starts racing. I start sweating. I softly sob as I run into a tree, or in Arizona, maybe a cactus. But the point is, our thoughts matter. They make a difference. Thoughts turn into emotions or feelings, which lead to actions or results. Think the right thoughts, and we'll get the desired results. Change the way you think, and you will literally change your life. I've been so fortunate and so blessed to meet so many phenomenal people, and I can tell you that the common denominator with these folks is that the way they think and how they show up to life. They show up with purpose and passion, and they're positive. And this is the same exact thing that you can do today and every day. Show up the right way every day, and you will move closer to being the person that you were designed to be. Have a great day. God bless, and we'll see you next time.
Lessons from Mars.
Amen.
Wow, awesome.
Love it.
All right, you can leave now.
That's
terrible.
You can stay.
That's terrible.
Stay with us, Brian.
As soon as the camera
He's just jealous.
He's definitely wearing a beautiful suit, which I am not. He's definitely taller than I am. He has more hair than I. He's smarter than I. He's got more certifications than I. What? He's better looking than I. Why would I not be jealous? And he probably drives a better car than I. Talking about cars.
And he's a sharp thinker. That was actually a really awesome lesson.
Very witty.
I like that.
Very witty.
Thoughts matter, Francisco.
Thoughts matter, and I tell you what. I sent you a text message, and I asked you.
I didn't get it.
You absolutely did, because we're going to talk about something that you asked me to talk about, which is, does what your drive matter? And can having your dream car...
I did get it.
Well, of course you did. Does what your drive matter? And can having your dream car make you happier? Yeah. What do you think, Jennifer Graffice from Q-Life?
Oh, Q-Life.
Does what your drive matter? When you look at a man and he's driving a POS, does it matter?
Absolutely matters. But I don't necessarily think...
I disagree.
Go
ahead.
You think it doesn't matter what you drive?
It doesn't.
Okay, so when I decided to spark out on my own and do my own business, I had a brand new 2016 brand new Ford Explorer. Loved it. It was super fast. It was just sporty. Got all my Costco that I needed to get as far as storage goes. But I knew I wanted to downsize so that I could protect my business and my family. And I was like, what am I going to drive? I still want something that's going to be my personality, that's going to suit me, that's going to make me feel good. But I had a little bit of an ego, and I was a little like, ugh, now I have to downsize, but I don't want to drive a Honda Accord. I'm sorry. I want something that's going to like suit me. So I was on a mission, and that's when I ended up with my Jeep Q-Life vehicle, and I couldn't be happier. So it's not necessarily about how much it costs. I think it's more about how you feel in it, how you take care of it. And does it? Everybody, when they see me in it, they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's so your personality."
Elisa Lane, this is your question. What do you think? I'm very interested to know what you think.
Dependable is my word when it comes to cars. I've had cars that were not, and knowing the difference was a huge feeling and appreciation that came to the car. And yes, I do love the car I drive. But it doesn't have to do with price tag but it's my car. It's just a matter of taste and what you're into. So I think if you're happy with what you have, it'll show. And it could be any car.
On a sidebar, I've got a 72 Pinto. I'm not sure. How does that rank? What's about to happen here?
Well, it ranks way, I mean, we're talking about you are much better than I. It ranks way above my Yugo. And of course, for those of you, you know what a Yugo is?
Not really.
Of course, because you're so young. A Yugo, forget it. I'm not going to explain it. Just look it up. Listen, it doesn't matter. And I'll tell you why. It doesn't matter because, for business, it doesn't matter. Because for me, what matters is what's inside the car. Listen to this metaphor. Because if the car is clean, and if the car is well maintained, and it's dependable, it doesn't matter whether it is an 80s car, is a 90s car, but what is inside the car, it is a reflection of your character. It is a reflection of who you are. That to me it is. I mean, I can't drive a dirty car. I can't have, my living room and my closet inside my car.
You mean like my son does?
Exactly. And I don't know what your son drives or not, but yeah, I can understand it. You're young and everything. If you're young, let me put it this way. From a personal point of view, it may matter because, you want to impress that gal. And it's mostly from guys to girls, right? I mean, whatever the girl drives, it doesn't matter. Whatever the guy drives, it matters in a relationship, I think. But when it comes to business, and this is, after all, this is the Entrepreneurs en Fuego show. So if you're driving a dependable car, like Elisa Lynn says, but you're going to pick up a client and you have your living room inside that car, well, it might not be the best thing in the world. But for me, if the car is clean inside, that's a reflection of who you are.
I agree.
Yes?
Agreed.
We don't have to agree. I know you're going to disagree with me, Elisa Lane, so go ahead. Knock me out.
I think it really matters on the person. I mean, if they're moving, it's going to have stuff in there. If they're in transition.
True.
Certain things will happen. Maybe they're living out of their car for a little while, whatever it is. But if they're happy with it and realize what it is, then, if they're good with it, I think that'll show. It's the confidence behind the car and the person. So, I don't know. I'm in question on it. I think if you're a teenager and learning how to live, that's not going to be your focus.
And you're talking about transitions and everything else, and the man from Mars just left us. He went back to Mars to give space to an incredible guest for the reality radio segment. And what you heard right there was, of course, Jennifer Graffice taking a swig of her water because that's all she drinks.
I think it's vodka.
No,
it's a little early for that.
Not if your name is Elisa Lane. It's never too early for a little vodka and orange juice, right, Elisa?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And add orange juice to it. Good.
Jennifer Graffice, Q-Life. This is reality radio. What is reality radio?
Reality radio. Well,
what are you doing with this lovely lady over here?
The truth.
The truth.
Jessica
yes.
Parker.
Jessica Pierce is with us today. And
yes.
Thank you. Reality radio, basically, what was it, 4 weeks ago, we put out a casting call to transform people's lives. And so we're doing it in a very unique way via reality radio. So not only is it on radio, but it is also via video so that we can capture both. And like we said, we're transforming 4 individuals' lives, including yourself, Francisco. So he's number 5. He's actually number 5. And we're going to follow all of these guys all the way through the next 3 months.
All right.
Do you have Francisco pulling cars and stuff yet?
Not yet. Flipping tires is next week.
I was pulling something.
Oh, he was pulling a sled, actually.
There you go. Thank you. Not a car yet, but I was pulling a sled.
Sleds.
I was pulling a sled, and I was doing some weird pulling thing with my elbow. I mean, you can describe it a little bit.
Jessica did that yesterday as well.
I saw that.
She said she's sore today.
I'm sore today, and I told her I hated her.
Oh,
I got an I hate you yesterday, and I was like, oh, we're getting somewhere now.
If you just tune in, we have in studio, we have Jennifer Graffice from Q-Life. We have Elisa Lane, of course, who is drinking up a storm, her Sunday breakfast, and we have Jessica Pierce. And Jessica is a part of a reality radio, Transformation Radio. A few weeks ago, there was a casting call. You received about 75, 80 people that wanted to be part of transforming their lives.
That is correct.
And there are 4 or 5 of us that essentially you interview these people, you pick these people.
I did.
And so Jessica is one of the few of the 4 or 5 that you picked to be part of this transformation. And what it is that we're going to hold you accountable, right? We're going to hold you accountable, and not only to yourself, right, but in front of thousands of people that you're going to transform. And that's the whole purpose of this radio.
But Jessica, I want you to tell us exactly why you decided to answer that casting call.
Yeah, well, I answered it because I've struggled my whole life, but with just staying healthy. I'm a mom with 3 kids. I run 2 businesses. I have a great husband, but it's just managing it all and finding time to prioritize the health part of it, and has been really difficult. So I think having Jennifer available and as my accountability partner, and as I travel or just get my work done around the valley, has been great.
Does Jen go on traveling trips with you? Does she help you out there?
She tries. So I was in California this week, and she actually sent me a workout, videos and pictures and explanation.
Did you do it?
I'm saving it for later.
No, that's all right. Look.
So and that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
So that's so funny. She actually sent me, and again, this is all about transformation, right? So as soon as she got there, she sent me, here's the picture of the gym in my hotel. What do I do? And so I actually wrote up a hotel workout for her, and then I did videos of things that were in that gym, and I sent her those videos. But again, we are all work in progress, and she got busy, and she had to go to dinners every night, and so trying to fit it in was difficult. But we started, and now we're starting down that process.
And that was a great question, Lisa, because it's a matter of committing yourself to it. Right. That's the step. And I think the man from Mars would probably agree with us, is that it's a life commitment. It's a life commitment. It's a life transformation. It's not just for 1 week or 2 days or 3 weeks or just this 90 days, however long the process is going to run for. Absolutely. But it's a life commitment. And if you stumble a little bit, that's what the accountability partners, the accountability aspect of it is. So you're not going to punish somebody. You're going to put them down because, all right, well, they did not do the workout they were supposed to do for this.
Well, I don't know.
Week.
She's sore today, so there might have been some punishment.
There must have been some punishment there somewhere.
Do you have a meal
good
plan?
Workout. Yes.
On the trip as well?
Yeah.
So is that a catered?
I wish.
What?
No, but
catered?
It's accountability for sure on the meal plan.
And like we said, with particularly Jessica, with the work-life balance, right? So if she didn't get her workout in, we all know that nutrition is another 80% of it. So if she didn't get her workout in but still was able to eat good and have some fresh seafood, she had a great salmon while she was there. So again, while she didn't get her workout in, she chose really healthy meals while she was there. So that's part of, again, just finding that balance of making up for when we can't get in what we need to get in.
I'm
Jessica,
sorry.
do you have? I have a quick question. I'm
Yep,
just curious right now because food and nutrition is a big one for me. But do you find that this is something that works with your family? Is this something that they're all doing with you as far as the eating plan, or is this something that is easy to transition into work?
Yeah. So when Jennifer and I were first meeting, Jen asked me what was really important, and I said, because of all these things going on in my life, I don't have time to meal prep for an hour to 2 every night or a whole day on Sunday for the week. So she worked it in with what my family is, and I can't cook 3 different dinners. And so she helped me figure out what was going to work for me and my family. So, yeah, and my husband's bought into it, and so that was a big deal for me that, he was on board. And so, yeah, she worked it out for me.
And everybody's different, and we all come from different places where we are, family, husbands. And so for Jessica, convenience was a huge thing. So along with the meal plan comes the Costco shopping list, and how do we find easy things that we can utilize that, again, don't require a ton of meal prep, but are still really good healty choices. She travels a lot too, so finding healthy choices on the road is really difficult for her.
This is a big deal. So I have a list of quick fix restaurants, fast restaurants that I can go in and get a salad or something pretty healthy around either the Phoenix area or where I'm traveling.
To do this, to commit yourself to this transformation, is a huge step, and I admire you for that, and I respect you for that. Have you tried something similar in the past?
Oh, my gosh. I think I've done everything out there, every option. I think the big deal for me is having the accountability. which I've never really had.
Okay, I was going to ask you, what's different? Why should we believe you?
Oh, and it's reality show. I mean, I can't fail. Business
We're all owner now,
right?
We'll be calling later.
I work with a lot of people going through career transition. That's what we do in the nonprofit I run. And how can I tell them they have to move in the steps and then I'm not doing it in what I've committed to? It wouldn't work that way.
Tell them a little bit about what you do.
Sure. I run a nonprofit called Career Connectors, and we help people that are going through career transition get back to work. And so these are our niche, our professionals. And so these are people that have been laid off from big companies, are going through transition some other way. We've served over 25,000 people in the last 7.5 years, and it's been a true blessing. And I stand up on stage in front of them every week and say, here's what you have to do to get back to work. They hear they hear this radio show, they see that I'm going through this, and if I'm not taking steps, then how are they going to believe me in the work that I do?
Which is incredible, Jennifer, because that is the key, right? I mean, that is exactly why this is different for you today vis-a-vis what you did in the past.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you feel you have a responsibility to all these people. And it doesn't matter whether they're just current clients, but also past clients, because they follow you.
Oh, for sure.
They know what you're doing.
Yeah.
They follow your life, and they're like, oh, okay, let's see whether she is the real deal.
Yeah, and then my kids, right? I mean, I have kids that I have to keep up with. And so the energy right now dies at the end of the day, and I'm just not as engaged as I want to be. And so that's a main piece of why I'm doing this.
It is. I admire you, ladies. I say this from all my heart. How do you balance, and this is for the panel right here, for Jennifer, for Jessica, for Elisa Lane. How do you balance your life with kids, with the professional aspect of it, with the husband or the boyfriend? How do you balance all that stuff? I mean, we get a lot more easy. Is that right, Mr. Brian Wood? Do we get a lot more easy?
Absolutely. Well said.
Wait, what? Did he say easy? He said absolutely. Did he say easy?
No. He said absolutely. We have it easier than you ladies.
Oh my!
How do you do it? How do you balance that?
I think it goes back to I'm sorry, it's Elisa, but this goes back to what Brian said earlier. I mean, there's definitely something about what you think matters. I mean, if you're going to be positive, it doesn't matter the challenge that comes ahead. I mean, you're just going to work through it and have a positive spin on it. And definitely the people around you. I mean, we talked about this last week. I mean, having people that support you and believe in you. I got to talk to Jen, and it was amazing what she can do with people that actually have a block. And I mean, I think it'd be great if you can help Francisco do a split. But that might be for an upcoming show. So what do you think, Jen?
What makes you think that I don't do splits already?
Really?
Okay.
I think,
don't.
Again, Q and Q-Life for me has always been not an extremity. It's been trying to find that balance. And I think us as women, we are masters of plan B, plan C, plan D, so we can kind of roll with things. I do remember seeing a counselor years back, and for men, they are very one-dimensional, meaning they can see a task, accomplish a task, and get that task done, and then they don't want to think about it anymore, and then they move on to the next task. And so they are very goal-oriented, conquer that goal and be done. But women, and I truly believe this is 100% true, women, we have a 360 of flat screens going on around us at all times, and we need to be aware of everything that is going on in each one of those stories. What's going on with my kids at school? What's going on at work? What's going on with my employees? So all of those different things, and if all is not right in all of our stories, we're going to keep going until we get everything right with those stories, and that's when we're able to sleep well at night. And so,
and I think balance is such a hard word for me. So I'm all in regardless of the area. So if I'm with work, I'm all in to work in that moment. And so I have to make sure my kids are cared for, and that I have nothing to do with that in the moment. They're cared for, they're good, and I'm all into work, or I'm all into my family. I don't work on weekends. Well, except 6 a.m. on Sunday morning. But besides that,
right.
But I'm all in. And so it's really, boundaries are really important to me and have to have those boundaries. So balance is a difficult word for me.
Phenomenal.
And I think the increase in stress also is a reason why you should contact Jen. I mean, I think all that is definitely something, but working out is going to help you and having that time for yourself.
Well, and even like what Brian said, hey, look we are live. right now.
You're taking
Just
selfies
taking
and everything
the
else.
selfie, exactly.
There you go. Beautiful.
Even
thing.
what Brian said earlier, your thoughts provoke emotion.
Yep.
And I think accountability, right, Jessica? Accountability also provokes emotion because at the end of the day, even while she was in California, I'm going to guess that she was thinking about me a little bit. Even if she didn't get to it, she was thinking about, oh, she sent me that workout. Okay, I need to do that. Okay, since I can't do that workout, I'm going to eat really good today. Or I'm going to walk up those stairs an extra, 2 or 3 flights just because of that. So that accountability does provoke emotion and makes you want to hold true to that. Am I right?
For sure.
Like all good things, the show also has to come to an end.
Oh, no.
I know. This show has been brought to you by Locomotive Marketing, Smart Marketing on Smartphones, the top foundation, advancing education and entrepreneurship for women, minorities, and veterans. Sandrena Benz, one of the top leading sales people in the world.
See you at Fashion Week this week coming up, Francisco.
Okay, I'll be there. And Infusion Soft, I'll be there.
Nice.
I'll wear my tutu.
Whoa.
Yes, I'll wear my suit. Entrepreneurs in Fuego with Added Sparks Radio Show. We're the #1 multimedia broadcast show for entrepreneurs. We will see you next Sunday,
Ciao.
6 a.m.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
If you own a business, any business more than 5 minutes at a time, you need Wi-Fi. Personalized Wi-Fi that takes them to your network. Wi-Fi that connects them to your personalized landing page with your ad and your promotions that lets them connect through social media. You need Saguaro Hotspot. Call 602-618